Okay, we're entering Glen, West Virginia. I haven't been here for exactly 1 year. I wasn't actually planning to come here. I was on my way to Ohio, but I found myself coming real close to here, so I decided to check it out. Okay, I'm reconsidering having told everybody what a great time I had here last time, because probably 5 or 6 guys have come over here in the last year and creek walked it already. That's what happens when you put the word out of a great creek being here. But anyway, let's try it out. Hopefully I'll find 5 or 6 bottles anyway. Even though it did rain pretty much all day yesterday, it looks like it's lower than it was last year. But I hate to step in the water and get my shoes all wet. But here goes. Yes, it's a little bit on the cold side, but I think I can handle it. Okay, the first find of the day is a broken off bottle. But I could make it into a drinking glass. But do I want to? I just don't know. I think it would make a good glass if I cut it off right there. So I'll put that right here, pick it up on the way back. Okay, we got another one with the neck broken off. And it looks like the same exact kind. What the heck? It's actually getting deep. I'm starting to tremble because it's so cold. Shivering. I don't even know if I can walk through this because it's so deep. And there's yet another one of those. Same kind with the neck broken off. A lot of broken other sodas around here too. Enjoy the nature view because there's no bottles. Well, so far there's not any. I wonder if it's because I found them all a year ago. Or is it because people have come here and found them all in the last 10 or 11 months? Probably a combination of the two. Oh my god, a whole bottle. Even though it looks just like a hobble skirt, it's still exciting because it's the first bottle. Wait a minute. Oh no, it's just an ACL that lost its paint. Well, there's a bottle that looks like it's about 100 years old, but it's just a food product, and I don't even think I'm going to mess with keeping that one. Seems to be a lot of bottles congregating right around here. Okay. Now, is that natural, or did somebody put those there? And another. But it's another ACL that has no paint left, so yeah, there's obviously a dump right here. Somebody obviously dumped down the embankment because there's so many bottles right here. Just nothing quite worthwhile. Okay, I know it's broken, but what is it? It's just a knee-high, but still. A knee-high drinking glass actually looks really good. And saw it off right above this big heavy ring. And it really looks quite nice, so I think I might bring this one back. I'm not Southern Searcher anymore because I'm branching out. I'm going up north. I'm taking a 1-month dig trip to Ohio. I was going to say, let's see how fast we can get my channel from 0 to 7,000 so I can catch up to where I used to be. You know, you can help. It's very easy. Just give it the thumbs up. And another thing that only takes 5 or 10 seconds. Leave a comment. Even if it's only 3 or 4 words. Just leave a brief comment. Even if it's 1 word. Good or great. Anything. The algorithm will pick it up, and I'll be back to 7,000 within a year, hopefully. Okay, what is this broken off No, it doesn't look any good. Wait a second. I think that looks good. Two soda bottles right next to each other. This one definitely looks interesting. Whoa! A Blast Art Deco. I think that's from when brewing companies had to go out of business because Prohibition started in 1920. So this could be in 1921 to 1931. I actually found one of these 35 years ago. One of the very first bottles I ever found. It's a good looking Art Deco bottle. So I have renewed interest in this place because I was laying right there in the open. So maybe nobody has been here yet. Maybe it is just because I found them all, or almost all of them last time. Okay, and just 8 or 10 feet away from that, what is this? It's just a suncrest, I think. And just a foot away from that, what do we have here? Another 6.5 or 7 ounce soda, but nothing on that one. On this broken knee-high that I was about to say, a knee-high bottle is hard to get $3 for in perfect condition, but if you make it into a glass, you can get at least $10 for it. But I failed to mention that about 98% of these say Columbus, Georgia. I just now looked at this one. It says Scarborough, West Virginia. That is going to make it, well, a crying shame that it's broken, but it'll increase the value as a glass as well. On the high bank I see this. The top's broken, but it's very ornately embossed. I mean, just look at that. It's one of the better looking citrated magnesia bottles. Should I cut that off and make it into a drinking glass? Seems kind of odd to make a glass out of a citrated magnesia, but I think this would be a good one because it's such a fancy design. It's embossed on both sides. So yeah, let's bring this one back. Looks like a plain one, but let's have a look. Yeah, nothing exciting about that one. Well, Brandon from Adventure Archaeology, you owe me a big thanks because you have made thousands of dollars off of drinking glasses that you've made because you watched my video about how to make them. I almost feel bad because I'm just too giving with my information. I mean, you might have made $4,000 off of those glasses that you would have otherwise left the broken bottles there. And if you guys are wondering if I'm telling the truth, you can go look at my video about making glasses and you can look at the comments and you'll see Brandon saying, "Oh, that sounds like a good idea. I think I'll try it." So that's the proof right there. Unless he goes and deletes that because he doesn't want you guys all to find out about that situation. I mean, I'm a helpful guy, but he made too much money off of my idea. If he sold $500 worth of glasses, then I would be okay with it. But if he sold $5,000 worth of glasses, that kind of makes me a little bit upset. As one of the inventors of drinking glass making, I haven't even been pursuing it. I mean, I've made about 200 glasses. I just haven't polished the lips off perfectly. Some of them pretty darn good, but I just haven't felt like putting them on eBay because actually to make them really look good, you have to tumble them too. I mean, most of these glasses, they're soda bottles that are 100 years old and they just have a lot of wear and scratches and stuff and stains. So to make a good product, they require tumbling, and I have so many bottles to be tumbled already that I just haven't got around to tumbling any glasses yet. Okay, now this is weird. There's some bottles on. Could somebody be a bottle collector right there in that house? And they creek walked it right here and put those bottles up there. Looks like those are dirty bottles. Okay, I've gotten a lot closer and they definitely are bottles from out of the creek. Sorry, my camera's so shaky because I'm shivering, so it's hard to hold it still. But I guess that's what happens when you broadcast where you're treasure hunting at. Okay, I'm starting to rethink this. Maybe somebody went creek walking and then they decided to stop right here. And then they put all their bottles up there, chose the best ones, left the worst ones, because just a little farther down I see this. Oh, it's broken. But just a little bit over this way I see another soda bottle. Well, it's got no value. And we got another one. Okay, that's an embossed one that seems to be in pretty good shape, so it is just a D-pen though. But still, it's from Beckley, West Virginia. So that's probably a $5 bottle anyway. Okay, this is as far as I've ever gone, so, and it looks really deep over there. I think it's about time to turn around. We've gone probably 3/4 of a mile this way. So now we're going to try the other side of the river, or the creek I should say. Very systematically checking the right side on the way here. Now I'm going to check the left side. Interesting, this limb is above my head slightly, but all these things up here, all these twigs obviously got there from a flood. So the water was at least 6 feet higher than it is now. So that's good that we're here when it's semi-drought anyway. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, I see one coming up. I think it's just a double cola. It's getting kind of awkward to film with this bag of bottles in one hand. I can't really use that hand anymore because I can't reach down and pick stuff up because. Okay, I see a Coke bottle, a well hidden one. It's in good shape, and it is a Christmas Coke. Let's see if it's from Mab Scott. Yes, it is. Mab Scott seems to be the prevalent town for Christmas Cokes instead of Beckley. Here's another bottle. It's in the wide open area. And here's another one, but the top looks gone on that one, so it's another ACL. A lot of glass in this section. I see 2 bottles right there. Another one right there, and another one right there, another one right there, another one right there, another one right there, a couple more over here, over there. Yeah, somebody probably threw a sack of trash down this bank. Wait a second, there's actually a dump right here. And somebody's been digging in it. But it looks mostly 40s, so probably not gonna waste my time on that. Okay, is that a Coke bottle? It is, but it's a no deposit. Kind of has a weird stubby look to it. Guess that's not quite worth keeping. Okay, I see a soda bottle. Oh, it's almost intact, but it has a lip chip. But these are very plain looking and obviously very common in this area. Okay, I think I see another hobble skirt. Yeah, it was another no deposit, so I just left it there, but I just see this. Very well hidden. Extremely deeply buried. Okay, now that's a good one. Let me get this sack out of here. Okay, can you see that? It's a slug plated. Fade Cola from Montgomery, Alabama. No, wait a second. I keep making that mistake. Montgomery, West Virginia. Too many Montgomerys. Okay. That's a good bottle. It's at least 100 years old and in good shape, so we're doing alright. I'm contemplating whether I should go the other direction because we're almost back to the starting point. It's so cold, I just don't know if I want to do it or not, but I guess I'll probably do it to make the video longer. So, good old Glen, West Virginia. Well, the sun is trying to come. But I think it's warmed up to 45 degrees now. So let's get out there and check the other side of this creek. Well, rocky creeks aren't very good for bottle hunting, but it's only rocky in half the places. It seems to be clearing up a bit over this way. Well, I was mistaken. It turned out to be rocky for at least 100 yards. But now I really think it is starting to clear up. Yes, it's starting to look a lot sandy over here. Sometimes you run up on something like this and it makes it really difficult. I've gone at least 1,000 feet without finding anything. Not even a broken bottle. But I have high hopes that it's going to get good any minute now. Because I remember the last time. There's good stuff just around the corner. Okay, there's our first bottle. Just a semi-art deco, late 30s type of whiskey. But just 12 feet over I have this. It's definitely a blown in the mold embossed beer. Of course it's broken and I can't make a drinking glass out of that. So let's keep going. This isn't looking too good. But I think I can squeeze under this area. That's odd. We got two flasks right next to each other. This one's obviously from about 1940. This one is a corker. And the base of that one looks old. Is it blown in the mold? I don't feel a seam, so I think it is. This is like a 1910. But since it's not embossed, I think I'll just leave that one. What do we have here? No, that's another 40s. Okay, I see two whiskeys, right? One on top of another again. Okay, this is more of a soda bottle, but I don't see any embossing or any ACL, so what's this? It's a cork top, but it's the late kind of cork top from late 30s, early 40s. Okay, I see a flask sticking out here. Okay, is that a... Can't tell for sure, but I think that is an old one. Yeah, I'd say that's about 1914. It's unembossed, but since we're finding so little, I just might bring that one back. Another obstacle in the way. Well, that flask is old enough to turn purple, and the shape of it is slightly different than any I have, so I do kind of collect even unembossed whiskeys if they're a different shape than any of them that I currently have. So I probably have at least 125 whiskey flasks of different sizes, shapes, configurations, colors, machine made, blown in a mold. Okay, what do we have here? It's broken, but it is embossed. Ice Company, Montgomery, West Virginia. I have never seen one of these. Fayette. It says Fayette Bottling and Ice Company, Montgomery, West Virginia. I'm sure that would have been a valuable one because you can just tell by the look of it and the fact that I've never seen one. And there's a couple more. Maybe because we're right next to this railroad trestle. It looks like it's probably 150 years old. Okay, we got another thing. Another embossed beer. But it's broken. Okay, it's getting really deep here, and it's about time to turn around. I think this is where I turned around last year. But we still have this other side to go. I think it's going to be more productive. Okay, this looks old. It's definitely a 1905 era. And the shape of it is just a little bit different than any I've ever seen. So, should I bring that back? Yeah, I think I will. Okay, what do we have here? This might be the same one I found last year and left here. It's a Scarborough, West Virginia Gentry Brothers. Yeah. Somebody said that was rare. That it might have been a good idea to keep it even though it was broken, but I'm still not going to keep it even though I was told to. What do we got here? No embossing, but it definitely looks old. And we have an old ketchup. Another embossed shard from the early 1900s. Another old shard. Lawrenceburg, Indiana. That definitely looks like it would have been pretty rare for an Indiana bottle anyway. Okay, we got another embossed thing. Wow, now that is incredible. Look at that picture on there. Now that'll make a great drinking glass. That's an interesting looking soda right there. Oh, it's got an ACL on it. Raleighs. That reminds me of Raleigh, North Carolina. But there's also a Raleigh in West Virginia. Okay, this is interesting. Is it intact? I think it is. No embossing in the center? How strange. I thought for sure it would be embossed. But with those Art Deco looks, I think it's still worth keeping. Well, it's a Duraglass from maybe even the 50s. But since we aren't finding very much, I guess I'll keep it. Well, we have another one of these. Broken off, but what town is it from? This one is from just Columbus, Georgia. So I'll leave that one. Now that's an oddly broken hutch. It looks like a thin hutch, but it's because most of it's missing. So that's kind of interesting, but I guess I'll leave it here. Well, maybe I should salvage the top. Those are good replacement tops. Well, it's broken off a little too high, but I don't know. I'll probably leave it. Okay, we're coming back to the end. This wasn't as exciting as last year, but then again, what could have been? I mean, that was incredible. If you haven't seen that one, you should definitely check it out. You should go to my Southern Searcher channel and just type in Glen. There's 2 videos of that because I found so many bottles. I must have found 42 bottles. So until next week. Now for the unpleasant task of taking off my wet shoes and trying to dry them off within the next 24 hours.